Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to bug out Phase 1 and Phase 3 on Lei-Shen. This strategy is extremely useful for guilds that already have the fight on farm, or for groups that simply want to make the encounter significantly easier and more consistent. Using this method has a few major changes. First, you'll never overload any of the pylons, which means your raid takes significantly less damage throughout the entire fight. Second, Phase 1 becomes dramatically simpler because you no longer have to deal with the pylon mechanics. Instead, your raid only has to worry about Thunderstruck and Decapitate. In Phase 3, you only deal with the mechanic from the pylon that you originally started on. For our strategy, we start with Bouncing Bolts. So in Phase 3, all that's included is Bouncing Bolts, Ball Lightning, Lightning Whip, and Fusion Slash for the tanks. Another big benefit is that you never have to swap platforms during Phase 1 or 3, which means your raid can maintain much higher uptime on the boss and push him faster. How the bug works. To bug the boss, you need to force Lei-Shen to move away from the pylon so that his lightning chain detaches. As soon as the chain detaches, he needs to be taunted immediately and pulled back into the pylon. If this is done correctly, you will not see the AoE mechanic that normally prevents you from pulling him away from the pylon. There should be no lightning chain attached to him as well for the rest of the phase. For tanks, the best time to taunt is when Lei-Shen crosses the invisible line that I have shown on the screen. It may take a few pulls to get the timing down, but once you get comfortable with it, the bug becomes very consistent as long as nobody pulls early. There are two different strategies that you can use to break the chain in Phase 1 and bug the boss. Strategy 1 consists of having a hunter pull the boss around 2 seconds on the pull timer. This causes the boss to run out to the range group and the tank taunts once Lei-Shen crosses the invisible line. Strategy 2 requires both tanks to be in a set position before the pull. Main tank will stand close to the boss, off tank takes away from the boss. On pull, the main tank will grab aggro on the boss. Once the boss is aggro to the main tank, the off tank will taunt the boss, and then as soon as he comes across this line, the main tank will taunt him back so he goes back over the line. Method 1 is generally more optimal because it allows the raid to have a better uptime on the boss right from the beginning. However, the 2-tank taunt method works perfectly fine if your group prefers that approach. In Phase 3, the main tank should be already positioned at the pylon you want to overload for the next upcoming intermission. Once Lei-Shen is in position, the off tank simply taunts from range, which will cause the boss to bug out again. If done correctly, Phase 3 becomes extremely easy. For anyone who is pressed at the moral dilemma of people bugging this boss to make it significantly easier, 1. No one is forcing your guild to do this strategy, so go ahead and do it the other way. And 2. Blizzard has been told about this bug for almost half a year at this point and have shown that they have no desire to fix it, and they probably have forgotten this version of the game even exists. If you found this guide helpful, feel free to like the video and share it with your raid team, and good luck on your Lei-Shen kills.